understanding the power that Yahweh Shai is getting ready to come with.
The Spirit itself beareth witness with our spirit that we are the children of God. And if children, then heirs, heirs of God, and joint heirs with God. If so be that we suffer with him, that we may be also glorified together. For I reckon that the sufferings of this present time are not worthy to be compared with the glory which shall be revealed in us. For the earnest expectation of the creature waited for the manifestation of the sons of God. For the creature was made subject to vanity, not willingly, but by reason of him who hath subjected the same, in hope, because the creature itself also shall be delivered from the bondage of corruption into the glorious liberty of the children of God. For we know that the whole creation groaneth and travaileth in pain together until now. And not only they, but ourselves also, which have the first fruits of the Spirit, even we ourselves groan within ourselves, waiting for the adoption, to wit, the redemption of our body.
See, this is what we're hoping for. This is part of our hope. Not only that we are members of the elect with fruits meet for repentance, like John the Baptist said, but in our lower state, because we've been brought low, even though we have this knowledge, we have this truth. Remember what it said in Revelation. I know thy works in tribulation and poverty, but thou art rich. Why are we rich? Because we're rich in faith. We have this knowledge. So our hope is at our last end, we're going to be increased. Okay? And if you ask me, the greatest riches right now is to be delivered by Yahweh Shai, is to get that new body that the Apostle Paul spoke about in 1 Corinthians, the 15th chapter, to get that, get that new body where we'll never be sick, we'll be immortals, like it said in 1 Corinthians 15, to be delivered from the coming destruction, and to be a part of Yahweh Shai's cabinet in the next kingdom. Okay, those are the real riches right now. That's what we want to get. Because if you get that, you got everything. I mean, you got everything. Okay, so our sights are set a lot higher than this present world. All right, as it is written, the fashion of this world shall pass away. We are individuals of vision, and the scripture said where an individual lacks vision, he perishes. Okay, so we can see the future. All right. And we hope that we're going to be part of it, beginning with the elect.
For our conversation is in heaven, from whence also we look for the Savior, the Lord, who shall change our vile body, that it may be fashioned like unto his glorious body, according to the working whereby he is able even to subdue all things unto himself.
Understanding the power that Yahweh Shai is getting ready to come with.
All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I would like to give all praise and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Kakodash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elder GMS who rule well, teach well, being great examples to his younger brothers. And peace and blessing, salutation to the hopeful lake out there pushing his word in truth and in sincerity across the four winds in the name of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, pushing to get up out of here. Shalom to the hopeful lake, the believers, the listeners who may have came back to the obedience of the scriptures through faith in Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. All right, and what I want to get into today, all right, is dealing with, news of prophecy, okay, and the cruel Lord is starting to show himself. The spirit of the apostles, has been heavy, demon, this current president, Donald Trump is their cruel Lord in the book of Isaiah 19:2. Okay, which we know that this devil is set up to do the bidding, okay, of the higher ups, okay, the elites, all right, that finance, okay, and that dictate the direction of this beast system, okay, these Western governments, okay, and then they have, a hand in all the governments of the world, okay, but the top government, okay, when you go to military, economically, okay, combined, is these Western, governments, America, NATO, and EU, okay, which the elites, have financed, all right, these Western governments, all right, to dominate the earth, economically, militarily, all right, influence, okay, and what we're seeing, all right, America, is leading charge, okay, into a new way of governing, okay, which is going to be AI governance, okay, digital currencies, okay, and it's going to be a technocracy, okay, technological dictatorship, okay, in which people, the masses, will be linked, okay, to the grid on a whole another level through this AI, okay, and the C-HIP, okay, and the elites, all right, it will be a central command where the elites control, okay, the AI systems, okay, and that's going to be the technological dictatorship that these devils, all right, want to usher in, okay. Now, I want to get a few precepts, and I got a few videos I want to get into, all right, but you go here, okay, to the book of Job, chapter 15, verse 5. It says, seeing his days are determined, the number of his months are with thee, thou hast appointed his bounds that he cannot pass. Okay, so this devil, all right, has a limit on how far he's going to go with this thing. Okay, and right now the Lord is letting Esau run, all right, to his own destruction, as he's scrambling, against time, against prophecy to pull this off. It's already determined how far the Lord's going to let this devil go. Okay, and what we're seeing, another one, let me get this real quick, in Job 20 and all right, let's get this Job 20 and 5 and copy and paste it. Okay, then you got a few videos we're going to get, all right, as people, have put their trust, still have their trust in this government. All right, the masses have rallied, behind Trump. Okay, and what people have to understand, all right, that the world is a stage. Okay, and there's the movie industry is suffering. Well, most of the acting is what they present to you as reality. All right, these people that we think, are these people that they're put as leaders and supposed to be serious men, responsibility and you see, caring for the people, and these are characters, man. Okay, and we're gonna go get that word hypocrite, because you got Job 20 and 5. It says that the triumphing of the wicked is short, okay, and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment. Okay, so this man, has been in rulership, since the early, he really settled into his ruler, started selling into to dominate the earth, in the mid, all right, to late 1400s. Okay, and in these few hundred years, this man, all right, has been ruling as a hypocrite, as the scriptures say. He will go forth to deceive the nations, man. All right, he fooled everyone, that he was this Christian, Bible loving, people loving, people. Okay, he pushed himself to be the chosen people. Okay, he pushed Darwinism, as he was, he's ruling because of natural selection. Okay, but at the end of the day, this man is a part, okay, a prophecy, as the earth being given into the hand of the wicked. But see, they triumph, okay, from the Renaissance to now, is going to be cut short. And the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment. And when you get this word hypocrite, all right, let's go here. Let's get this word hypocrite, because people get caught up into these characters, because it's like you watch, a TV show, a movie, you might take a liking to a certain character, okay? But that's an actor, you see? That's not who that guy really is, okay? He hasn't done any of the things that we seen on that movie, okay? It's all a stage. And so it's a written script. Okay, and most of these characters that we see, all right, that this man props up, as leaders and, these tech guys and corporate guys and, these philanthropists and, these humanitarians and, these people are propped up actors, man, for the purpose, okay, of manufacturing, okay, a behavior and a response from the people, as we're going to get into. Okay, so you go in hypocrite. It says a false pretender to virtue or religion. Okay, which the devil comes off, like I say, like he's all about humanitarian, aid and helping the people and bringing peace to the earth and solving world hunger. When it's the exact opposite, man. His man has no virtue. Okay, but he makes it seem like he just up night and day concerned about the well-being of the earth, man. When it's the opposite, man. The scriptures say they lose sleep unless they cause some to fall. But he presents himself as this, he's this Bible-loving, God-fearing, Trump pushing to make America Christian again, whatever you niggas will eat, all right, this devil will feed you, man. Okay, if you will buy it, all right, these devils will sell it to you, man, and run with it. Okay, so you go back down, it's from Greek, Hippocrates, which is a stage actor, a pretender, a dissembler. Okay, a stage actor, a pretender, a dissembler. Okay, so these characters, all right, and the main two characters that you see, all right, being shoved down your throat, is Batman and Robin. Okay, is Donald Trump and Elon Musk, but they're both characters, man. All right, and they're both part, of these occulted families. Okay, that was in the background. Okay, you got John Trump, okay, the uncle of Donald Trump. He was the first one to receive. He was tasked with going to receive the research from Nikola Tesla when he died. Okay, and then you have Elon Musk. Okay, his grandfather, on his mother's side, all right, was a part of what you call the technocracy, all right, incorporated, or technocracy movement of the 1930s. Okay, they wanted to replace the government back then with engineers, all right, and tech guys, man, and data guys. Okay, they had their plan back in the 30s. Okay, so now close to almost a century later, we see these things, okay, falling into place, man. These people are put, okay, in place for a reason. Okay, they're attached to some ancient, some old ideology that runs way back. Okay, our scriptures call this place, the daughter of Babylon, spiritual Egypt. Okay, you see, because this place is attached to ancient witchcraft. Okay, pagan, ideologies. Okay, and now the devil is on this technological kick. Okay, and this is what Trump is introducing. Okay, to the masses, man. Okay, yeah, and it's all through the spirit, bro. How about your mouth shy? All edification, comes through him. We just vessels, but it's beautiful. You're being edified, bro. So I got a couple videos, all right, because it's Trump. They painted the picture, him being shot, so-called shot. Okay, which that was a stage, that was an act. Okay, him so-called facing prison time from July 6th. Okay, and all his other antics that he does. Okay, because Trump is a showman. Okay, what you call a showman. All right, he knows how to do things and say things, quick response and those one-liners. Okay, that are catchy. Okay, so he's a likable villain. Okay, just like you will see in the movie. Okay, and they've pushed this man to be the hero of America, and people have ate it up. Okay, so when you go, let's go here. All right, and this some guy. Uh, so let's go here. All right, this guy David Pakman, which uh, I believe, I just started listening to him not too long ago today. But he has some interesting points. These Edomites. Okay, they really have a mind, of America recovering, but it's over. Okay, but he goes in and he has heavy criticism. Okay, dealing with Trump. Okay, because half the masses don't know what Trump is doing. They don't know what he's saying. Okay, because Joe Biden, his job was to make you starve for any type of change. Okay, Joe Biden's job was to come and stink up the field. Okay, do a terrible job as president, so you would beg for anything. Okay, he ran, the morale, to the ground, the lewdness he brought in, just, a freak show. Okay, so this guy Trump, he comes in with conservative values, the strong, male figure, okay, that's getting everything back in order. Okay, people are desperate for change. People are desperate, for a strong America. Okay, and Trump, was designed to fit that bill, to scratch that itch created by Joe Biden. Okay, so Joe Biden threw right the American population to Trump as a alley hoop. Okay, Biden threw you niggas off the backboard. Okay, and now Trump has his arm in the rim. Okay, and the masses, all right, are so simple. They don't understand nothing that this man is doing. They just see the show, which we're going to get into it. All right, they just see the song and dance that he's putting on. Okay, as if he's just making this big change, as if he's this tough guy. Okay, he just this business savvy guy, but it's all a show. Okay, he's just playing a role. All right, and he's a shepherd. All right, for the new world order, leading the sheeple. Okay, to the digital prison, man. Okay, so let's play this. All right, this is the David Pakman show. So he goes in. So we're gonna let him go.
It gives me zero pleasure to have to report to you today that the Trump economy is collapsing before our eyes, and the numbers don't lie. Wall Street is in a free fall. Layoffs are starting to surge. Consumer confidence has cratered. Inflation has ticked back up. Yet again, as I record this, the Dow is down another 400 points. Even Donald Trump's favorite metric is, I'm talking about the stock market, is looking like a slow motion train wreck. And the kicker is that it's because of Trump and it's because of Elon Musk. Yesterday, Monday, saw one of the worst stock market drops in a long time. The Dow at one point was down 1,000 points. This is after being down 700 points the day before, and weekend last week. The Nasdaq tanked 4.2%, its biggest single day decline since 2022. The S&P 500 broke below what's considered a critical support level for the first time in 2 years. And even the mega corporations that Trump once paraded as signs of a strong economy, they're not doing well. Apple, led by Tim Apple, that's a joke. Microsoft, Alphabet, Amazon, Nvidia, Meta, plunging. Tesla, down 15% in a single day. We'll talk more about Tesla in a moment. These are some of the biggest drops in years, wiping out hundreds of billions of dollars of market value. And why? Trump's economic chaos. The tariff obsession is here and it is back and it is staying, and the damage is showing. The threats to Canada, to Mexico, to China, they have investors panicking. Businesses can't plan. Prices are rising. uncertainty is dragging down this economy. And even JP Morgan Chase is now warning that there's a 40% chance of a recession this year because of Donald Trump's policies. If we zoom out a little bit and we think about what leads to stability, predictability leads to stability. Companies rely on stability when saying, how many people do we want working for us? Can we give raises this year? Do we buy more inventory? And what we're seeing is Trump treating the global economy kind of like a reality show cliffhanger, which I believe he thinks he's going to be able to save and take credit for at the last second. But it is costing Americans their savings and their budgets. You know, Trump loves talking about bringing jobs back, but it's not working. Federal job losses are piling up as Doge continues to say, we don't need these people, and we don't need these people, and we don't need those people. Private sector layoffs hit their highest numbers in February, going all the way back to the Great Recession of 2008. The latest jobs report, very much weaker than expected. About half of the expected jobs were created, unemployment ticking up. And now we are seeing the real impact of Donald Trump's anti-immigration agenda as well, because you see industries like construction, like agriculture, even in healthcare, they are running out of workers. And without workers, businesses cannot function, at least for now. We'll see what AI and robotics do in the future. Tesla, once the darling of Wall Street, now the poster child for Trump's economic disaster. Consider the 180 that has happened here. The stock losing more than half its value since December, sales tanking, investors fleeing. I fled a while ago, as many of you know. Trump's trade war making it worse. And even worse is that Tesla's brand is collapsing, and not just because of Donald Trump's tariffs. Musk has tied himself to the sinking ship of Donald Trump, and consumers are running for the exits. Tesla stores are getting vandalized. Longtime customers, like myself, abandoning the company. As many of you know, I had a Model 3 and then a Model Y, and I was a Tesla investor because I thought this is the company moving forward, electric vehicle battery technology, the fastest. I want to be part of it. Then Elon Musk went nuts, and the car build quality was really not great, and I got out, as many of you know, with a 1,200 and 1,600% gain. And the Tesla fanboy said, David, this is the biggest mistake you'll ever make. You'll regret this. Well, I'm not regretting it. And EV sales globally are still going up, but Tesla's market share is going down. We'll talk more about Tesla.
So you can see, when you really get into what's happening, things are trending down. Okay. And I got this here. All right. And Trump, people rallied behind Trump as if Trump was going to just, do miracles for the middle class and the working class overnight. Okay. But he did what he picked off where he picked up where he left off his last term. Okay. It was enrich the wealthy. Okay. And destroy, okay, the middle class. Okay. The upper, all right, the billionaires get these tax breaks, okay, corporate bailouts, all right, and they're pushing, slashing government spending, but at the expense of people's salaries, man, okay, because here it is, Elon Musk, has like over 8 billion, in government contracts a year, okay, and they're cutting everything pretty much except military. All right. And what they're doing, they're just hacking away at government because they plan to replace these things with AI. Okay. So when you go here, this is an article, and this is might be going on today. All right. Well, you go into it says mass layoffs are expected to hit the Department of Education on Wednesdays as Trump administration continues to its deep cuts to federal workforce. The department will be closed for the day and all right, reduction in force notices are expected to go out and affect nearly half the agency's employees, according to the Semaphore Shelby Talcott. It says employees were told to leave the department's Washington D.C. headquarters by 6 p.m. and Tuesday ahead of the layoffs and one-day building closure. There are roughly 4,200 education department employees nationwide. The announcement came as President Donald Trump and Elon Musk, all right, Batman and Robin, okay, with Trump being the Robin, okay, led Department of Government Efficiency aims to cut, all right, government spending by reducing the workforce in Washington, D.C. While multiple agencies have been affected, the Department of Education has faced particular scrutiny for Republicans since the agency was founded in 1980. Republicans see the entire department as a vehicle to advance teachers' unions. Okay. So here it is. He's supposed to be for the people. All right. But everything that benefits the masses, okay, he's hacking away at. Okay. The job force, all right, is that's like he said, no one can plan anything with the devil. If you got a job as a federal worker, you can't plan anything right now. Okay, you can't make any big purchases right now because you don't know if you're going to have a job or not. Okay, even the private sector, unemployment is down because it's having a trickle effect. You know, things have a ripple effect. And see, Trump, all right, is being told what to do through these think tanks, these think tanks behind the scenes, okay, like the Rand Corporation, okay, and different other think tanks. They study the ripple effect of certain decisions and what will happen. Okay, so Trump not just waking up, okay, and freestyling these executive orders and making certain things happen. No, there's a whole machine, all right, behind Trump that's doing a controlled demolition of America, man. Okay, starting with, all right, the working class. Okay, because they want people to be extremely desperate, okay, in the times to come. Okay, they present, all right, their salvation through, all right, the sea hip. Okay, they want it to go into anarchy and civil unrest. Okay, so they know certain decisions, okay, is going to lead to that. Okay, so Trump and Elon not sitting in the Oval Office bouncing ideas off each other. No, all right, they have think tanks that's telling them do this next, this month do this month do that. Okay, cut this, cut that. Okay, 2 weeks later, cut this. You know that they're being told. Okay, it said though Trump has found ways to use the departments to advance his agenda. Now listen to this. It says Trump, all right, and Education Secretary Linda McMahon have used the Department of Education in recent days to warn colleges about consequences for failing to address anti-Semitism. Okay, showing you that this man is doing the bidding of the small hats. Okay, and what we're seeing that if you don't comply with their orders, okay, you just get cut. Okay, it says to address anti-Semitism on campus and have threatened federal grant funding over what Trump has described as illegal protest. But wait a minute, I thought Trump was about free speech. Okay, let's listen to this.
Game for every style.
Let's play charades.
From President Trump to dismantle. In developing news, educators all across the state of California say they are anxious as they brace for an executive order from President Trump to dismantle the Department of Education. They say students in special education, reduced lunch recipients, and those who rely on Title I, which aids low-income families, will be most impacted. About 14% of California's public education dollars come from the federal government. Just this week, the Santa Clara Office of Education sent a letter to staffers warning of possible layoffs due to reduced funding.
So when they talk about killing a department or some bureaucrat, What they're really talking about is a war on poor people, and a war on students, and a war on educators.
Legal experts say the president does not have the authority to eliminate the education department. It was created by Congress, and only Congress can dissolve it.
All right, and when he when he says that it's aimed at poor people, okay, you know that it's aimed at Jake. Okay, so let's go here. All right, because all right, you simple Americans, all right, and you simple niggas too. You jumped up and down. Okay, you had niggas with Trump. Okay, mega hat sales went through the roof. Okay, everyone, was ecstatic, when he was announced the president, but they had no idea, okay, that this man, all right, was set up to gain your trust and herd you into this new world order. Okay, and he's beginning to become cruel, which you're going to get it. This Proverbs 25:19 says, confidence in the unfaithful man in the time of trouble is like a broken tooth and a foot out of joint. Okay, and you're going to see that depending, all right, on this devil is the worst thing you can do. He's very unreliable. Okay, he acts as if, like I say, that he's just, putting so much effort and resources into trying to help. Okay, he does these speeches and this chanting and all this and that. Okay, there's song and dance. All right, but this place is being dismantled right before your eyes while Trump is keeping you people entertained. Okay, now let's got a few more videos. Okay, try to get through all of them. All right, let's get this one. The same guy. I got one more from him. Think about 3 or 4 more. And then get it in.
Musk have decided that that's good for you, and you are going to suffer. And Trump and Elon Musk have decided that that's good for you and that you're just going to do it. Higher prices, layoffs, inflation, a recession, yet another day of triple-digit stock market declines. Don't worry. If you're concerned, don't worry. These uber rich men have decided you must endure the pain for the greater good. Now, the greater good, of course, is their wealth and their power and their political ambitions and their priorities. Let's talk about what's happening. We are barely into Donald Trump's second term. And to say that the cracks are showing is an understatement. Trump's new wave of tariffs have started to send costs soaring. Everything from cars to food to construction materials are getting more expensive, all because Trump wants to wage economic war against China, Canada, Mexico, Denmark, right? I mean, we'll see how far this goes. But you are the one who is paying for it. Federal agencies are slashing jobs. This is part of Donald Trump's effort to gut the so-called deep state. The problem is that those layoffs ripple through the economy, meaning fewer people have money to go and buy stuff, meaning businesses that have nothing to do with the government have fewer customers and have to start laying people off, and economic contraction. GDP Q1 now expected to decline 2.8%. Meanwhile, Trump wants to slash corporate taxes again, which would explode the deficit, and they love to pretend it'll trickle down to workers. It never does, never has. And this is where Elon Musk comes in, worth over $200 billion at this point. He has also decided that the economy must suffer, and you are going to suffer, and he is on board. He's been cheerleading Trump's tariffs, despite the fact that they will make everything more expensive. He's pushing the laying off of people all over the government through Doge. He has pushed that there will be some necessary economic pain because in this world, recessions are a market correction and it is time to correct. For Elon, that means scooping up companies on the cheap, negotiating nepotistic government contracts. But for you, it means job losses and it means higher prices. But he's decided it's worth it. He's decided what you are going to suffer through. And Trump and Musk have been selling this disaster as necessary. It's a reset. It's patriotism. We'll hear some examples of this later in the show. You were supposed to believe that your suffering is for the good of the country while they sit in their private jets and Air Force One watching from above. Now, things were fine under Biden. The economy wasn't perfect. There was still poverty. This is a country of 340 million people with issues to solve, but every major economic indicator was fine. The stock market did well. Unemployment was low. Job creation was high. Wage growth exceeded inflation. But now things are getting worse under Trump, and they're getting worse quickly. And they want you to believe simultaneously, this is for your own good. And if we can't convince you of that, it's Biden's fault. This is great for you, but if you don't like it, blame Biden. I hate to break it to you, especially if you're a Trump supporter who thinks this is there's a pot of gold at the end of this rainbow. There is no long-term gain for you. These policies don't make America stronger. They make billionaires richer, and they make us geopolitically weaker and more humiliated. The economy doesn't correct itself in your favor. The economy corrects itself in their favor. And if you dare complain, you will be told by Trump and Elon and JP Mandel and whoever, you've got to tough it out because Trump's doing some really great stuff here. We just have no evidence of how great it is. This is the billionaire class deciding you will pay the price for their vision of America. They won't suffer the consequences. And let me tie this briefly into the deep state. You all know that I am not a believer in the deep state conspiracy theories.
All right. And he made the point, as they speak about, correcting the economy. Well, they corrected in favor of the super rich. And see, well, we have to understand corporations run the government now. You see, there was a time when the government, restricted corporations from certain unfair practices. Now, it was always corrupt. Okay, but it's to the point now, the corruption is to a point now to where the corporations are the government. Okay, and everything that's being done, all right, it takes wealth, and opportunity from, the lower class, and more power and control and wealth is going to the elites, and the super rich, because it's to the point now, either you're in that club, or the elites, or you're not, all right, and everything going forward is going to be in favor for the elites. And the ones that they've allowed in the club, the super rich, the super wealthy, that they've allowed in the club, and if you're not in that club, you're out of there, the suffering is just going to increase, so let's go from here. Let's get these two. We got two more videos, and got a precept. All right. It's the same guy. Then the brother had did a lesson too. All right. Well, yeah. Session. Oh, yeah, here you go. All right, play a little bit of this one. Same guy. All right. Because you got a lot of these guys that, they're really, into economics and the stock, and they really understand what's going on. They see what's going on. All right. And like I say, he can pull, the show and dance over the masses. But people that really understand, to a degree how these things work, they're heavy, all right, critical when it comes to Trump. They see the dismantling, man. Which this is all prophecy, man. The cruel Lord is starting to show himself.
Donald Trump's presidency is 6 weeks old, and we've already gone from I will bring egg prices down on day one to shut up about egg prices. The man who spent his campaign railing against the cost of groceries, but who told his followers he would immediately lower prices, is now spending his weekend golfing and reposting an article telling Americans, stop complaining about how expensive food still is. On Truth Social over the weekend, Donald Trump reposted an article in the Daily Caller by Charlie Kirk called Shut Up About Egg Prices. Trump is saving consumers millions. Consider the evolution of Trump on just this one issue. Campaign Trump from 2023 to 2024. I will immediately bring prices down starting on day one. We're going to bring grocery prices down. We will bring egg prices down. Everything's going to be cheaper. He then became President-elect Trump. And so from November of 24 until Inauguration Day, it was, now that I have been elected, I am going to bring the prices way down. We then had newly sworn in Trump in January of 2025, who started to hedge, who started to go, well, it can be hard to bring prices down. Egg prices are high because of Biden and because of bird flu, but we're working on it, but it's going to take some time. Ultimately, as recently as a few days ago, Trump retreated to prices are high, it's Biden's fault, they're very difficult to bring down, really reshaping expectations around this promise. And now Trump is reposting an article that says, shut up about the egg prices. He did a speed run transition from savior of the grocery aisle to stop whining and deal with it. I want you to consider just for a moment, if Joe Biden had reposted
So now, we see that cruel Lord, all right, starting to show himself, which he's just the, the face, all right, of the cruelty of the elites, all right, that's finna come down on the masses, so he campaigned, on lowering inflations and complaining about Biden, which, it's all a setup, they work hand in hand, okay, Biden, let's say, stunk up the field, okay, so that, Trump can come in and seem as the hero. Okay, but what we're seeing now, all right, is they're transitioning from being politically correct to just doing what needs to be done. Okay, for this transition. All right, remember the devil know it. They have but a short time. Okay, so I'm gonna get this and then we get some precepts and the definition. But let's just play a quick minute of this. Now, this is from the brother. All right, Elder Shaquat from down here in the Mississippi camp. All right, GMS dedication, subscribe and be edified. Okay, well, he's pretty much just doubling down, Trump speaking about those prices, his mindset towards the American masses, shut up, while he goes to play golf. Okay, and you're going to see Nero come out of this, man. All right, Nero was extremely ruthless. Okay, when you go into the guy's, all right, bio. All right. And if this man is a tenth, okay, of what Nero was, okay, he fits the bill as that cruel Lord. Okay. So let's play this.
As Donald Trump runs back to Mar-a-Lago to play golf once again this weekend on the taxpayers' dime, as he keeps crashing our economy, he posted this message to the American people: shut up about egg prices. Shut up. Here he makes this post on a social media platform. It's an article from Charlie Kirk, and Donald Trump posted, shut up about egg prices, Americans. Trump is saving consumers millions. No, he is not saving consumers millions as he's playing golf on the taxpayer dime. Donald Trump is crashing the economy with his feckless trade wars where he goes, I'm going to do a trade war today. Oops, the market's crashing. I'm not going to do a trade war. I'm going to do a trade war with Canada and Mexico. Oopsies, the market's crashing. I'm not going to do that. Now, because of Donald Trump's policies, the Atlanta Federal Reserve is predicting a negative 2.8 to negative 3% GDP in Q1, a contraction. And we're also predicting inflation, which is stagflation. Low GDP, surging prices equals stagflation, which is a disaster for our economy. Most economists now are predicting a recession, a great recession, or even a depression, as Donald Trump's surrogates are out there saying, oh, that's just a short-term disturbance, or America needs to detox, or we don't really need federal workers. Why do we need them? Or why do veterans need jobs? So absolutely pathetic, and how dare he say this while Americans are suffering. His message is shut up about egg prices. Well, meanwhile, his Secretary of Agriculture, Brooke Rollins, has been making her rounds on all of the Fox shows. And here she says that what Americans really need, if they want to deal with the surging egg prices, is that they need to buy chickens because the chickens will make their eggs for them. Play this clip.
I think the silver lining in all of this is how do we, in our backyards, we've got chickens too in our backyard. How do we solve for something like this? And people are sort of looking around thinking, wow, well, maybe I could get a chicken in my backyard. And it's awesome. I agree with you.
Yeah, I think everyone who isn't a farmer right now wants to be. So you're in the right department, Brooke.
Yep. All right, now, as they trick the masses onto the grid, okay, they don't teach agriculture in schools, okay. You see, they took away, the agriculture aspect, from society, and have cooped everyone up on these cities. And now, all right, that people are suffering, the agriculture secretary tells you just shut up and get a chicken. Okay. But this is just all right, a show and dance, we're going to get to that as well. All right. But this is Isaiah 19:4. And the Egyptians, all right, the modern day Egyptians, speaking of America, will I give over into the hand of a cruel Lord, and a fierce king shall rule over them, saith the Lord. All right, the Lord Yahweh Bashemal Shah of hosts. Okay, and we have to understand that Trump, okay, is fitting the bill of that cruel Lord. Okay, and he's doing the bidding, okay, of the fierce king of the elites. Okay, and it's only going to get worse. Okay, because the scriptures speak about him being a madman, in these times. Okay, and you go into Nero, they call him the mad emperor. Okay, so the Lord has everything in place, all right, for prophecy, to constantly fulfill itself in the earth, man. Okay, and American society completely sets you up for failure and act like it's your fault. Like this government, has been at war with the masses, for decades now. Each president, is more and more controlled by the elites to the point to where they're showing you, all right, that the corporations run the government. This little song and dance with Trump and Elon, all right, they showing you that, look, the corporations, the way Elon handles, Trump. Okay, the way he just casually, does things. Okay, he pretty much has unchecked power. Okay, and that's the elite showing you that, look, we run this. Okay, that old way of government is fading away. All right, we on to something else. Okay, which is technocracy, man. All right, and this transition is gonna be done through a cruel Lord. Okay, so let's get this word real quick. Cruel. I got it on the Elam online. So let's get this word for cruel. All right. And see, I wanted to go into what's really happening and then show you the song and dance that people are dancing to. Okay. So you go into this word cruel, which means stern, all right, of suffering death. okay, attended by much distress, inclined or willing to make another suffer, disposed to inflict suffering, mental or physical, man. And we know it's a lot of psyops, all right, that have people just mentally gone. Okay, this man's rulership is a torment to people's mental and physical being. Okay, or any sentient being. All right, it says rough, raw, bloody, rude, unfeeling, hard-hearted. All right, and the Lord's finna put a very cruel spirit, all right, from their elites down to these underlings, you know, that they have in these governments to really come down on the masses, man. Okay, seeing he had but a short time, he's gonna come with great wrath, their cruelty, man. Okay, so let's go here. Let's get into the precepts. Okay, and I think I got 2 more videos. We'll skip around on, or we'll. All right, so you go here. Okay. All right, I think this is Isaiah 30. Okay. All right. And this is speaking to you Israelites that depend on this system. Okay. Because back then, you know, you had people trying to make alliances with, you know, with actual Egypt. Okay. During the time of Isaiah, you know, they would try to make alliances to avoid, okay, the judgment, you know, that the Lord was pronouncing through Isaiah. Okay. So instead of repenting, you know, Jacob would go and make alliances with Egypt. This is what we see today. You know, as you know, you have, you know, the simplest of our people, you know, which all of them are simple. All right, that's outside this truth, man, that the Lord, you know, is not dealing with. You know, they all, you know, are simple on different levels. Okay, but if you're a Democrat, all right, you're the simplest of the simplest if you still under that banner. Okay, and then you had our people that thought they was upgrading, you know, by going Republican, but it's still the counsel of the wicked. Okay, the thing our people should be flocking to, okay, is the good news, the gospel, man. Okay, a whole new kingdom of righteousness that's to come. Okay, trying to hold up this wicked empire that does nothing but destroy his people. Okay, give people liberty to destroy themselves. Okay, hey, this has no place for us, man. But you're still going to have the masses of our people, you know, fighting and clawing, you know, to try to keep this thing afloat. Okay, and it says, "Woe to the rebellious children," said the Lord, Yahweh Bashim Al-Shah, to take counsel, but not of me. Okay, and the counsel of the Lord is flowing through the prophets. All right, as the scriptures say, He has revealed His secret unto His servants, the prophets. Okay, so the prophets have been set up to give our people counsel. All right, but as our people, you know, have been conditioned to reject any, you know, Israelite, you know, male authority. Okay, they shun and mock the prophets. Okay, and still look, you know, to this place as a covering. Okay, it says, "And they cover with the covering, but not of my spirit, that they may add to sin." And our people only get worse in this society, man. You know, the more our people fight, you know, scratch and claw, okay, to try to win in this system, they get more loot. Okay, you have evidence of that within Israel. Okay, you see Jacob that's just becoming more of a nigga, more of a mo. The nigga woman becoming more rebellious, more out of pocket. Okay, and it says they walk down to go into Egypt and have not asked of my mouth, which are the prophets. Okay, because the prophets is telling you, hey, depart. This is not our rest, man. To separate from this place, man. Okay, to not have any trust in this place, man. Okay, it says to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh and trust in the shadow of Egypt. Therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame, and the trust in the shadow of Egypt your confusion, man. So as our people, you know, continue to lean, okay, on this system, okay, it's just going to lead them to more confusion. Because Jake can't tell you how these things work or what's going on. Jake don't have a clue. Okay, Jake is just here for the show and dance. Jake is here because of TikTok. Okay, or something that he heard on TikTok. Now he's just deep, philosophical Republican now. Okay, so let's go from there. All right, because this empire is going to disappoint, the masses, man. Like there's going to be major disappointment. Okay, as you go here to the book of Luke. All right, this is Luke 21 and 25. All right, it says, and there shall be signs in the sun and in the moon and in the stars and upon the earth, the distress of nations with perplexities, the seas, wind, and roar. Okay, and society is about to get very complex, man. All right, as we have a blood moon coming up. Okay, in the next 2 nights. All right, on the Passover, it's supposed to be a blood moon for about an hour. All right, and we know there's a sign, okay, of the doom. Okay, that's to come, that impending doom. So you go here for perplexity.
Strong's G 640. Aparria.
Okay. Let's see, is it a root word? Let's see. It goes more into it. Let me see.
Strong's G 639. Aparreo.
Oh, yep.
Aparreo.
All right. And what does it say? It says to be without resources, to be in scrapes or difficulties, to left wanting, to be embarrassed. Okay. And as people have, put their life into this system, the savings, the 401k, they structure their life based on these particular careers and these jobs and living check to check. There's going to be people without resources and difficulty, wanting, lacking, embarrassed. Okay, you live this certain lifestyle for years. Okay, to be reduced, to begging, desperation. Okay, it says to be in doubt. Okay, I say if you have a federal job, you can imagine the psychological stress that's on those people. Okay, they have these overheads that they got to cover every month. Already catching hell. Now you don't know if you're going to be cut or not. Okay, it said not to know which way to turn. Okay, and there's just plenty of videos of people just screaming, okay, crying, complaining, at the grocery store, with the eggs in their hand. Okay, a close up on the price. You see, and it's only going to get worse. This is only the beginning. Okay, it says to be at a loss with oneself, to be in doubt, not to know how to decide or what to do, to be perplexed. Okay, you read the NLT, it says no way out, to have no way out, to be at a loss. Okay, mentally. You see, people are going to lose it, man. People's minds are going to shut down. Okay, people are going to be in a constant state of panic attacks. Okay, which I think when you go into some more of that video the brother was playing. All right, you had Jake they was getting ready to complain. Yep, let me see.
Let's see how much these eggs are today. $31.99. This is comical at this point. This is comedy. $32 for 5 dozen eggs. When they used to be $10, $12.99. Comical at this point.
I just want to say that it's wild that as a 2-income household, my husband and I have come to the realization we can't afford groceries right now. Like, just straight up can't afford groceries, because if we buy groceries, then we either won't be able to pay our rent or our electric bill, because both of those come out of this pay cycle and they will take the entire pay cycle. That's bonkers. That's so fucking wild. We have two incomes and we cannot afford to eat, and we don't even have kids. Like, it's literally just the two of us, and we can't afford to eat with two incomes. That is just. But I mean, I guess, you know, that means we won't have to wash dishes because our dishwasher is still broken, as it has been for 2 months at the place that we pay so much in rent. You know, wild.
Guys, I'm literally coming in 40 to 30 minutes early to get some food here at Panda because we're able to get food before we clock in, because literally groceries are so expensive. So you gotta do what you gotta do, man. Nearly every
And it's only going to get worse, you know, and people are still kind of able, you know, some people spazzing out, some people, you know, are still able to laugh a little bit about it, you know, but the Lord finna stop all teeth from showing, because it's only going to get worse, man. And you people are being priced out of being able to afford, all right, to live. Okay. The masses of the people are being priced out, all right, of just being able to afford the necessities, man. Okay. All right. Now let's go here. Okay. Because this is all a see, and this is what you people are caught up in, the show and dance. Okay. Of the actors. Okay. With Trump being the leading actor, you know, with Elon Musk. Okay. His supporting, you know, star. Okay. So let's go into this. All right. This is the song and dance aspect that people are caught into. Okay.
And I have stopped all government censorship and brought back free speech in America. It's back. We won the popular vote by big numbers and won counties in our country.
Members are directed to uphold and maintain decorum in the House and to cease any further disruptions. That's your warning. Members are engaging in willful and continuing breach of decorum, and the chair is prepared to direct the Sergeant at Arms to restore order to the joint session. Mr. Green, take your seat. Take your seat, sir. Take your seat. Finding that members continue to engage in willful and concerted disruption of proper decorum, the chair now directs the Sergeant at Arms to restore order. Remove this gentleman from the chamber.
We've got ones that can see. Welcome, everybody, to today's show. That embarrassment is our Congress. That is the United States of America in a nutshell. These.
Are you the Messiah?
State of the Union addresses, which once were so difficult to sit through because most people wouldn't even have a clue about what the politicians were talking about, whether it was Reagan or Bush, and they're talking about deals with other countries and things that we're doing to improve our country. What you're hearing, of course, is just high school. It's a high school musical. And I started the video off with that clip because, of course, you have Donald Trump talking about restoring free speech
in America. Then you get that charade on display where a politician is escorted out of the building. The crowd chants USA, USA, as if they're cheering and chanting at a WWE event. The politicians chant na, 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 hey, hey, goodbye, as if there is a basketball player ejected during a basketball game. It is an utter embarrassment. And it's so unbelievable that human beings at home who consume this think that this is real. You are being worked beyond comprehension. They literally were holding up signs like they were at an auction. Democrats held up signs, false information, Musk steals. And you can even see them with the grins on their faces as they do it, because this is how they manufacture society into the left and into the right. Even so much so that Donald Trump talked about and had a mother of a child that was killed by an illegal immigrant. And the Republicans stood and cheered for the mother, right? But of course, the Democrats didn't stand and cheered. And that really made the Republicans angry. This is the high school drama that is being consumed, that people actually think that this is actually what's occurring organically, that they're not manufacturing people's behavior by how they're behaving in Congress. So much so that they refuse to stand and cheer for a mother whose child was killed by an illegal immigrant because they're all about open borders. So they support the murder of that woman's child. That's how insane both sides of the aisle have gotten. And it's pretty incredible that most people can't see through the psychosis. So while they're putting on this wrestling display where they're chanting USA, they're yelling at one another, telling people to get thrown out. Of course, you see the seesaw with free speech now, right? Like I talked about years ago. I warned anybody out there because there was a bunch of channels that were attacking mine, Democrat people thinking I'm a MAGA Republican because they can't listen for 5 seconds and comprehend somebody who isn't in the left or the right. To them, it makes no sense. You got to pick a team, right? Those people were censoring channels like mine and getting them removed from the internet. And I said, you shouldn't do that just because you disagree with somebody, just because you think somebody is a conspiracy theorist, even though they've been proving time and time again to be right about the things that are unfolding. I said, eventually it's going to go the other way. And now you see the seesaw going the other way. But for me, the seesaw never goes one way or the other. I'm just constantly censored because I'm not in the left-right paradigm. But now Democrats are starting to see censorship, and Donald Trump says he's restored free speech, right? Well, of course, only if you're speaking against Donald Trump will you be actually censored. So while they're distracting people with this nonsense, and I'm going to show you some of the things that it's exactly what I've been talking about with the Matt Walshes of the world, the Ben Shapiros. They're in attendance talking about transgender ideologies, men playing women's sports, right? These are all the topics that are being discussed at a State of the Union address. Meanwhile, in between those things, Donald Trump once again talks about acquiring Greenland.
I have a message tonight for the incredible people of Greenland. We strongly support your right to determine your own future. And if you choose, we welcome you into the United States of America. We need Greenland for national security and even international security. And we're working with everybody involved to try and get it. But we need it really for international world security. And I think we're going to get it. One way or the other, we're going to get it. We will keep you safe. We will make you rich, and together we will take Greenland to heights like you have never thought possible before.
And you can see the laugh and the smirks on the faces.
All right, so just to go into it a little bit, okay, and what we're seeing, with this song and dance, all right, as you see Trump and all these antics and, congressmen, because there was like the guy said, here it is, these are supposed to be the leaders, okay, what they call the free world, okay, the most advanced, okay, civilization on earth, let them tell it, but this is the Congress, okay, it was like a high school, man, like a junior high, okay, Trump arguing in public, which all this is a song and dance. You know, people talking about Trump's argument with Zelensky, which we go into those things in the spirit because there's things said in the spirit that we can draw from. Okay, but this becomes what people get caught up into. Okay, a congressman, you know, spoke against Trump, gets thrown out. All right, they're chanting USA. Okay, you know, like it's a hockey game. Okay, and this is what people get caught up on. These are the antics that people love Trump for, not the actual policies, you know, that he's implementing. Now, this is Ecclesiastes 10 and 16. It says, "Woe to thee, O land, when thy king is a child, and thy princes eat in the morning." Okay, and what we're seeing, just as he said, the way that they act, it manufactures a psyops on how the masses act. Okay, that's why you see, you know, people all right, have no problem, all right, solving skills is tacky. You know, that's why we see even all the conflicts in the earth, from war, all right, to Target and Walmart, everything is just done tacky. Okay, it's toxic as hell. Okay, everyone's childish. Okay, because they put this madness in front of you for a psyops. You know, as the leader, so is the people. So you have childlike characters put in front of you, okay, and the masses, all right, react and move like children. Okay, and these people really think, all right, that this Trump character and these different characters that's put in front of you, all these these so-called alt-right, okay, characters, and you know, control opposition, Candace Owens, and all these people that you're allowed to see and consume, okay, outside of the prophets, all right, have been set up and manufactured by the left-hand side, okay, for psyops, man, to manufacture, you know, behaviors and get people to choose ideologies, and not only choose ideologies, man, okay, but be really fanatical over those ideologies, man. Okay, here it is, you know, you voted for Trump, now you can't come around anymore. Okay, you can't come to, you know, your niece's birthday party. You voted for Trump. Okay, your grandma disowned you. You know, you voted for Kamala. You know, your grandma disowned you. Like it's crazy, man. Okay, and they made people extremists, and this is what they want. All right, and they're constantly consuming the madness, man. Proverbs 14 and 15: the simple believeth every word, but the prudent man looketh well to his going. All right, so the simple believeth every word, but the prudent man looketh well to his going. And right now, the spirit, all right, of prudent, all right, being prudent in the spirit is on the prophets. Okay, and the prophets, all right, push, okay, that spirit on the church, man, the believers. Okay, as we can see where this thing is going, but the simple, okay, as the scriptures say, are going to believe every word. Okay, and then you hear Trump, you know, constantly talking about Greenland, okay, which when you go into Greenland, you know, and Canada, it goes back to the technocracy movement, okay, which you go here, all right, and remember Elon Musk, okay, grandfather, you know, his mother's father, okay, was all into this, man, okay. Now when you read, okay, into it, let's see if I can find that one part. All right. All right. Yep. It says in a publication from 1938, Technocracy Incorporated, the main, all right, organization made the following statement in defending their proposal. Technocracy is the science of social engineering, the scientific operation of entire social mechanism to produce and distribute goods and services to the entire population, all right, of this continent. For the first time in human history, it will be done as a scientific, technical engineering problem. There will be no place for political, all right, for politics and politicians. Okay, and this is why you see this circus with these politics, and they're making them just look like clowns, man. You know, which gives them, all right, leverage to say, look, we need a new way. This old way is not working. We can't get the economy right. We can't get the jobs right. We can't, you know, run the government efficient. We need to bring in the experts, the scientists, the technicians, the engineers. Okay. And it said there will be no place for politics or politicians, finance or financiers, rackets or racketeers. Technocracy, all right, states that this method of operating the social mechanism of North American continent, all right, which when you go into the North American continent, it consists of Greenland, all right, Alaska, okay, Canada, Mexico, and those isles, man. Okay. It says it's now mandatory because we have passed, okay, from a state of actual scarcity into a present status of potential abundance in which we are now held to an artificial scarcity forced upon us in order to continue a price system. So, it says the technate will encompass the entire American continent, okay, which includes Greenland, all right, Canada, from Panama to the North Pole, because of the natural resources and the natural boundaries of this area make it independent, self-sustaining geographical unit. Okay, so this man is steady, bringing up Greenland. Like, what the hell is he talking about? No one, heard of Greenland, before this man, just kept bringing up Greenland. All right, but then this is all part, okay, of a several decades old plan, dealing with these technocrats, man. Okay, so let's go back here to the circus. Okay.
Faces of these clowns behind him as he's talking about acquiring Greenland. Bail shaft.
So it's it's a great business to have. So you're looking at 30,000-40,000 a month.
I got shaft rocket, right? It looked like a giant penis.
14 minutes ahead of a woman in Peyton's face, causing trouble. You should be hired and promoted based on skill.
Then everybody cheers like this is some type of milestone achievement, because people are so dumbed down that it's actually an issue to them about men playing women's sports. Like, that's a main concern. They don't seem to care about this enslavement with technology. They don't seem to care about the directed energy weapons that are wiping out people's homes and killing people, or these smart meters that are exploding on people's homes. What do they care about? They just want to make sure that a guy doesn't put on a wig and try to compete with a girl in a college sport, because that's a lifetime achievement, man. Those are the big things that matter in America. Listen to this nonsense.
We believe that whether you are a doctor, an accountant, a lawyer, or an air traffic controller, you should be hired and promoted based on skill and competence, not race or gender. Very important. You should be hired based on merit. And the Supreme Court, in a brave and very powerful decision, has allowed us to do so. Thank you. Thank you very much. We have removed the poison of critical race theory from our public schools, and I signed an order making it the official policy of the United States government that there are only two genders, male and female. I also signed an executive order to ban men from playing in women's sports.
All right. And they've set these things up like this is a great achievement. Okay. When the Bible, told us in Genesis, he made male and female. Okay. So here it is. You have, several thousand years later. so-called white man said there's only two genders, and it's a standing ovation. Okay, when nature itself, a 2-year-old knows that. Okay, it's why you have these videos with children, 5, 6-year-olds, they see, a transformer, a man, just like a woman, they know that ain't right. Okay, it's the world that destroys, this system, this toxic, society, that makes these things an argument. And this is what Biden goes back to Biden doing the job he was supposed to do, cause all this confusion, cause all this uproar with, all these liberal rights and freakism and transformers all at the White House. He did exactly, what he's supposed to do. So now Trump can come and say there's two genders and there's a standing ovation. Okay, there's always a major psyops being played on the American masses, man. If you feed into any of this man's narrative, okay, any of the narratives that he promotes, okay, you're being reeled into a psyops, okay, which is conditioning you how to think, conditioning to you to accept, okay, a false reality, man. Okay. Now listen to these stories he's been going to about these about these transformers playing women's sports, man. Man, this is crazy, man. Okay, but this is the show and dance that people are distracted by. Why we see this man is dismantling. This man has been set up to dismantle, to oversee the dismantling of, American society, man. Okay, that this American corporation is being dismantled. All right, why this man is being a major distraction. Okay, so let's play some more.
Three years ago, Peyton McNabb was an all-star high school athlete, one of the best, preparing for a future in college sports. But when her girls' volleyball match was invaded by a male, he smashed the ball so hard in Peyton's face, causing traumatic brain injury, partially paralyzing her right side and ending her athletic career. It was a shot like she's never seen before. She's never seen anything like it. Peyton is here tonight in the gallery, and Peyton, from now on, schools will kick the men off the girls' team, or they will lose all federal funding.
Oh boy. Yeah, and I wonder if that story is true. Ain't no telling, man. All right, but supposedly, nigga spiked the ball so goddamn hard, that she was paralyzed for a time. But and that's what was happening. And then that whole thing with the trans women playing sport was a shot at feminism, because for the longest, women have been screaming, for equality, and under Biden, they had a chance to prove it. Okay, so now the nigga that was second string linebacker, okay, only got put in, if they was getting blew out or blowing somebody out. All right, the nigga said, the hell with it. I'm gonna go play women's volleyball. Okay, so now he identifies as a woman. He's on the football team. Okay, and then in September, all right, but February come around, he identifies as a woman, and he wants to play a volleyball. All right, and this nigga spiking the ball hard as hell. Okay, jumping up, screaming, you know how, she paralyzed, man. Paralyzed for a moment, supposedly. Okay. But see, he and she's there, and all this could be acting. This could never happen. But we know that them trans women, was coming through and just wrecking, on you women. They was cracking skulls, but they got her there, so now he's the hero of women's sports. When these things shouldn't even been a problem. They create these crazy problems, okay? And then, with one character, then bring another character in to clean up the problem. This character is a hero because he solved problems that never should have been a problem, man. Okay?
And if you really want to see numbers, just take a look at what happened in the women's boxing, weightlifting, track and field, swimming, or cycling, where a male recently finished a long distance race, 5 hours and 14 minutes ahead of a woman for a new record by.
Hey guys, Grant Cardone here. For the last 10 years, I've been running what is today's largest, most successful business conference.
5 hours. Broke the record by 5 hours. It's demeaning for women, and it's very bad for our country. We're not going to put up with it any longer.
So after you get all of that, right? I mean, it's incredible. And you might be listening to this and you might be saying, well, wait, you don't think that there's only two genders? This isn't even something that should be discussed. It shouldn't even be something that's entertained. And the fact that we have our president and we have our so-called representatives who work for us in Congress debating topics like men having babies and what a man is versus a woman is exactly the problem in this world. It shouldn't even be discussed. And the fact that it's being discussed and the fact that time is being wasted and people's attention is drawn into a topic like this while they're building out a new world order is the problem. That's the actual problem. The problem is that people care about this instead of going, you know what? There's only a man and a woman. I'm not debating this. No one should be debating this. And this shouldn't be something that politicians are talking about. They're the ones who have brought all these ideas to the forefront. They're the ones who have put all these ideologies in the television shows, in the movies, right? Because the government runs Hollywood. They run the entertainment industry. That's how they brainwash people into thinking they're born a certain way, right? But now they need to discuss these things because they need you to be thinking at that level and then cheering on Trump so that you don't see through this game and actually understand that he's working with the globalists. And of course, Elon Musk is in attendance, right?
Yep. So, and this is what the masses, all right, their minds are entangled in. Okay. And that's why, Yahweh Shai told us, let's get a few more. Let's get this in Luke. And then I got one more little clip, So this is the book of Luke, chapter 21. Okay. All right, this is Luke 21 and 34. And it says, and take heed to yourselves, lest at any time your hearts be overcharged with fighting and drunkenness and cares of this life, so that the day come upon you unawares. Okay, because Babylon itself is a major distraction. Whether it's in, the reality show, okay, that they call politics, or, sports, okay, or the party life, the nightlife. Okay, this place is meant to keep you distracted. It's set up like that. Okay, to keep you constantly distracted. You see, a celebrity beef. Okay, some dispute over, over a fight, or some basketball trade. Okay, it's just nothing but a circus of distraction. This celebrity being called out and people coming up against him, and all these things are meant and set up, okay, to be a distraction, man. Okay, and that's why we address things, but we never get entangled, all right, in the madness, man, because hey, we have to keep our eyes single and stay on our watch, man. Okay, but Yahweh Shah warned, all right, us to take heed, to ourselves, man, not to get caught up and distracted, man, but to stay on our watch. All right, so for as a snare shall it come on all them that dwell on the face of the earth is a trap. So while people are caught up, okay, in these false realities and song and dance, the hope, of a better America, making America great again, it's all a snare. Even when you go into MAGA, it goes into the the highest level of Satanism. Okay. The top level of Satanism that they let the public know about. Okay. So here it is. They're able to put these actors in front of you to ensnare your emotions. And, all right. Yeah. You got women, want to leave their husband over the election. Like, just madness, man. Okay. So you go into the word trap. Okay. In the Greek.
Strong's G 3803. Pagis. Pagis.
Okay. It says a trap, a noose. Okay. It implies unexpectedly, suddenly, because birds and beasts are caught unawares. All right. And they look at you people as beasts, as animals. Okay. So it says snare, i.e., whatever brings peril, loose, okay, destruction of a sudden and unexpectedly deadly peril of the allurements and seduction to sin, which the MOTB is a sin, okay, a cutting of the flesh, okay, and it's a blatant, okay, disobedience to, all right, the scriptures, man, okay. It said the allurements to sin by which the devil holds one bound, all right, and the devil Esau Edom, okay. This man is setting up, okay, snares throughout the earth, okay. And that's why he has so much going on, because he operates in confusion. When people are confused and distracted, he's able to pull, all right, his move off, man. Okay, and this last great move is the hour of temptation, man. Okay, so watch you therefore and pray always that you may be accounted worthy to escape all these things that shall come to pass and to stand before the Son of Man. Okay, which is Yahweh Shai. All right, so we're commanded to watch, all right, comb through the madness, okay, and filter everything through prophecy, man, understanding where we're at according to prophecy, man. Okay, he said we address particular things, but they'll never be the main thing, man. The coming of Yahweh Shai is always going to be the main thing, man, and looking at these events leading to the coming of Yahweh Shai, man, okay, is we're on our watch. Okay, so I'll leave it there. It's a good place to land. But just want to go into these things, and just to show, where we at, man, just to see what's really going on, all right, and how people have trusted, okay, in the sham, okay, this false reality, okay, is leading them straight to this snare of the digital prison of the New World Order. Okay, so Lord will, you brothers, all right, and you sisters, to edify once again. I'm going to give all praise and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Kakadash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of GMS who rule well, teach well, being great examples towards younger brothers. And peace and blessings, salutations, hopefully, shalom.